Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. This time I thought I'd talk a little bit about some of my favorite weapons during this recent giant content launch era here. We did Season of Lost weapons a long time ago, but we just got a giant batch of new weapons kind of dumped on us, complete with new perks, new archetypes, all sorts of stuff. So I figured I'd just talk about some of my favorites here. I did a God Roll Dawning Weapon guide, and some of those will be included here, but I just wanted to kind of go through what has really resonated with me, both in terms of legendaries and exotics, and maybe what hasn't as well, and I might touch on some of the ones that I think are a little underwhelming. First, we'll start with what might be my favorite weapon out of all of these, and that is the Wastelander M5, the sawed-off shotgun, the first legendary Tex Mechanica. I love this thing so much. I don't have a Master Verge one because I have so many different roles that I'm trying to figure out which one I like the most, that I keep kind of changing my mind about it. But this one, especially, subsistence on this feels really great. Just kind of being able to instantly have essentially unlimited ammo if you're killing with one shot, and then you still have a full magazine if you want to pump something in harder. Killing wind always just feels kind of good on shotguns and PvE. Keep in mind, I am PvE focused here. All of the things I'm talking about are probably mostly going to be geared toward PvE, just because I have barely dipped into PvP during the anniversary period here. And then, so I have another one that is Adagio. Adagio is like not the best perk, but I feel like it's better on shotguns than it is on like a hand cannon or something like that, or an auto rifle, because the rate of fire is not like amazing on shotguns to begin with, but if you want like big damage on shotguns, I feel like this, switching over to like a champion or a yellow bar or something, this feels really good. I have a few other of these and other characters that I will go into, but I'll wait till I hop over to those. This is one of the new cold fronts I got, which, as you can see, has 4 perks because of all the EVA upgrades. Subsistence feels pretty good on SMGs now, but I am more curious to try out Perpetual Motion on SMGs. The stability on this has like always been kind of terrible, so it's not like amazing. Oh, look, that moves. I didn't even know that moves. That's very cool. It's like snow. But I've always had a kind of a soft spot for this gun, so I'm excited that I got kind of some new interesting roles. I swashbuckler on this one. I hate Surrounded. Surrounded is one of the worst perks in the game because I swear to God it never procs, but that's just my own opinion on it. Got Fluted Barrel here for handling, and I have another one of those on a different character, Forerunner. So this was just a lot of fun. I don't know if it feels exactly like the Halo pistol, but it is pretty dang close, and I love the idea of a heavy sidearm, which is great fun. I do have the Catalyst. I am slowly working my way toward that. I think I'm just going to start equipping this in dares just to start getting that up a bit. So I haven't been able to use the frag grenade part of it yet, but I imagine that's going to be pretty fun. This is a little weird this season because they had to disable like trick sleeves and stuff. They disabled some sidearm mods, and there are no champion mods based around sidearms this season. So this is maybe the most useful thing, but I hear people are kind of going off with this in PvP and like 3-tapping people with a hand cannon, which is kind of hilarious. But it's interesting in PvE so far. So we have Retrace Path. This is not like maybe the optimal role for this. I have a better one somewhere else, but I don't know how I feel about Retrace Path. I get that everyone has wanted a legendary trace rifle for like a million years, but like in practice, I just don't know how great it feels compared to a shotgun or a sniper or a fusion rifle. Even with random perks, it's pretty strong, and like I enjoy not having to use my exotic slot for a trace rifle. But like if I'm just kind of playing to play, I have yet to kind of figure out a real role for this. And like also this is season of the fusion rifle, so it's a little hard to put down fusion rifles right now. But Retrace Path has just not really done it for me. So in terms of the Battler, the battle rifle, I love this gun. This is one of the most unique feeling legendaries in the entire game because of how much they are trying to emulate the Halo battle rifle, complete with its own custom frame. Perpetual motion feels great on this rangefinder. The problem is like this is mostly a PvP thing. Like pulse rifles are in just a very not amazing state in PvE right now, so I have not been using this a ton. I am trying to find a Demolitionist Adrenaline Junkie one for PvE, which I think will be a lot of fun, but so far most of my rolls I've gotten are mostly PvE rolls. That said, I think it's a really, really creative gun, and I am very happy they put it in the game, and I hope they kind of do more creative stuff like this in the future. It's just that what the content I've been doing, I barely use this except if I have to complete a bounty or something like that. Glacial Chasm, this is not a good roll. I just saved it for some reason. They really killed this thing. I used to love Glacial Chasm so much. So much. That was my main kind of secondary weapon in PvP for a long time. But the charge time just feels very, very bad now. I do not have the crazy god roll, the Subsistence Reservoir Burst. Maybe I will find it's worth the trouble if I get that roll. I do have one with Harmony at one of my other characters that feels better because putting Harmony on a high impact is like just a crazy, crazy damage buff. You can like two-shot champions and yellow bars with it, which is fun. But the charge time just feels very bad. And I just do not love the change they made to that. I think they took it a little too far to the point where it is pretty much destroyed this archetype in all modes, but especially PvE, where it wasn't even a problem before, so that's not great. Gallerhorn is stupid. Like, stupid, ridiculous, fun, absurd. I can't believe it made it to the production with all of the stuff it has on it. Granted, it's a little different because I've been using this in dares, and you have like unlimited ammo for 2/3 of dares most of the time. And yet this has, 4 exotic perks, essentially. Give everyone else Wolfpack rounds, a brilliant solution to the must-have Gallerhorn requirement. 2 in the magazine for the Catalyst, which almost no rockets have more than 1 in the magazine, and that alone makes it like a bazillion times better than other rockets. Wolfpack rounds is as its base exotic thing, and then Wolfpack rounds that create more missiles and Wolfpack rounds on kill just makes this absurd for boss damage, absurd for ad clearing, absurd for literally everything. I don't know if it's it's not at the overall level of DPS maybe that the T1 one was in year 1. I just said 1 a lot of times. But it is still, obviously one of the strongest heavy weapons of the game. I think Sleeper still might outdamage it just in terms of pure boss damage, but obviously this can also mob clear any amount of enemies where Sleeper can't. So they did a good job bringing that back. I would not be surprised to see that nerfed to some extent in the future, but I guess we'll see. Hef-Trues. I can only comment on this one because I have farmed, 100 keys, and I have still not gotten the Void version of this. I literally am just going to play dares until I get the Void one and then stop, but cannot believe I didn't get this. This is a Duelist Trance one. This is a new sword perk that gives you kind of more heavy attacks more often, which is good. Pair that with Harmony, I think that's a good combo. Obviously, the main draw of this is the Lunge perk that I have on another one somewhere, where if you switch to it and then you do a kind of Halo lunge attack, people are using this for both absurd PvP kills and then the return of sword skating, the old Worldline system. I have to believe Bungie realized that they were doing that, so I think they just kind of gave that as a gift to people. So I don't know if we'll see that nerfed, maybe we will, but that's a really fun perk, and I like that it kind of only comes on this weapon as part of the Halo homage. Maybe we'll see it on other swords in the future, but we'll see. Zephyr is the new stasis sword from the Dawning. I really like the skin. It makes it look really screwed up and bloody and stuff. It's a normal sword except for Cold Steel. This is a unique perk that only rolls on the sword, at least for now, where Powered Sword hits slow targets, and that means you can actually slow them, and then I think 2 hits will freeze like a heavy target completely, which will trigger all your stasis mods. It's fun. I mean, again, it's a lot to ask for your entire heavy slot, but I can see its uses. I do not have one with Cold Steel besides this is the base Masterworked one you get from Eva, and this energy transfer kind of sucks, so I'm looking for one with, any other perk besides energy transfer and Cold Steel. I'm sure I will get that before the end of the event. And we will hop over to a different character to see what else we have on some of my other people. My Titan, I don't even know what my Titan's doing right now. Skatelock, okay. Pardon No Dust, I don't know. I haven't seen any rolls of this yet where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I don't know, this is just your traditional spike 4-pull roll where if you're trying to do boss DPS, I figure this might be good for, spamming secondary damage if you're kind of all in a line trying to do boss DPS. but nothing terribly exciting about this. This is my other cold front, subsistent or surplus with Rampage. One for All might be the best perk here, but this is another good one that I am definitely keeping. This is my Glacial Chasm with Harmony, also Demolitionist because of the double perk, but Harmony does just serious damage, and I really do enjoy it. I do have some, I don't even remember the name of the lost high impact fusion, but I have a couple Harmony rolls on that too, so that's not much different, but I don't know. I just wish the charge time thing wasn't the way it is because it's pretty painful. Now we are moving to dungeon loot a little bit. This is my Matador. Pulse Monitor got a buff. I'm finding this still isn't quite triggering enough for me to love it, so it's not my favorite. I wish this had perpetual motion instead. 1-2 punch. I was just using this for a fun, punchy Titan build, but I do like the way this gun feels. I don't like it as much as a sawed-off shotgun, but it's pretty fun. And Subsistence Harmony. Harmony does do pretty good damage on Retrace Path. It really amps up the fusion, or the linear, whatever it's called, trace rifle damage a good amount. This, I just wanted to save a battler with Keel Clip, because I think this is one of my only ones. This is a sword with Eager Edge and Relentless Strikes. I need the Void one because Eager Edge rolls in this column, and a damage perk rolls in this column, so it is just empirically better than all the rolls of this, so that's kind of a weird situation. This is my Relentless Chain Reaction Claymore from the dungeon. I haven't really messed around with this yet. I'm curious how Chain Reaction feels on a Vortex frame instead of a caster frame. I want a Demolitionist on this because I think that would be fun. I think Demolitionist is going to instantly recharge your heavy attack, is kind of the reload perk of it here, so I'm interested to get one of those, but I don't have one yet. I don't have a single 1,000-yard stare. I have a couple IS Lunas. I don't know if they might be in my vault, but I'm not a huge hand cannon person, and that's like mostly a PvP gun, so I don't have a ton to say about IS Luna. Still using 1K Voices quite a bit this season as boss damage, but that kind of got replaced by Gallerhorn just for kind of fun. Like 1,000 Voices might actually be better in terms of overall DPS, but I still enjoy. Okay, Malfeasance. This is not a new weapon, obviously, but the buff to explosion damage has been amazing. If you pair it with Lucky Pants, which I often do, just going for pure fashion right now, but Lucky Pants Malfeasance is what I've been using in a lot of activities where I don't necessarily want to spam Gallerhorn, but it's been pretty good. This is Punching Out. That is from earlier. This is this is my Masterworked one, Subsistence with Golden Tricorn. This is interesting. I have this on a Solar Hunter build, so like you can keep this buff extended with constant throwing knives and stuff like that, which is pretty fun, but I don't know. Again, Retrace Path is not quite doing it for me, and then I think that is all the new weapons I have here. My hunters kind of got a more traditional. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is the Surplus Harmony Iota Draconis. That is pretty much the same as the Glacial Chasm one. I swear that Liquid Coils doesn't slow charge time anymore because charge time is maxed at 1,000, but I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, this feels better to me than Glacial Chasm does now, even though it's the same charge time technically. So I don't know what that's about, but so those have just been some of my favorites kind of in this most recent era. I am still looking for a lot of rolls on a couple of the anniversary ones, and then definitely on, wait, I thought I had more sawed-off shotguns. Wait, is this the one I like? Oh yeah, Perpetual Motion Killing Wind. That feels really great. Assault Mag, Perpetual Motion Killing Wind. This is like the Doom shotgun where you're just running around like full speed, crazy handling, crazy range. Like it's so much fun. So this is probably, I should probably masterwork this one. This one's really fun. And out of everything, I think this might be my favorite gun of the new batch. Maybe besides Gallerhorn, but Gallerhorn's kind of cheating. So anyway, we got a lot more weapons than I thought they were going to give us here. So that was pretty cool to see, and I think they did a great job with pretty much all of them. I have very few complaints about any of them, and I still have some work and some grinding to do. My only complaint is how ridiculously rare that stupid Void Sword is. But I suppose it's making me grind out Dare for the indefinite future, which is maybe their goal here. So anyway, thanks for watching this. Let me know some of your favorites in the comments. I am curious, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.